every year I go through all the Star Wars movies and TV shows. While going through Attack of the Clones, I came to a realization of what I want the next Star Wars project to be. It should be called Master and Apprentice. Simply, the idea is that it would be an animated show based off of masters and apprentices. You could start off with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and it's kind of easy because there are already books based off of these masters and apprentices. Growing up, I had these chapter books that were around 100 to 120 pages each. There was a 10-book series called Jedi Quest with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and there was also books taking place before Phantom Menace with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. So you could have one season, maybe 8 to 10 episodes, 30 to 45 minutes each, and have them on different quests and missions, and have a story going from the beginning of when Qui-Gon became Obi-Wan's master, or Obi-Wan became Anakin's master right after Phantom Menace, and then have it end right where before Phantom Menace or right before Attack of the Clones. Have them on their quests on different planets, different missions for the Jedi Council, and you don't even have to stop there. We could have an entire season based around Count Dooku and Qui-Gon, Yoda and Count Dooku, and then we can go into the Sith. We could have Darth Sidious and Plagueis, Darth Sidious and Maul, Darth Sidious and Count Dooku. Now I get it. It does take quite a long time to create an animated show. There's a lot to go into it, and probably a lot more sometimes than in a live action show. But it seems that the animated series in Star Wars do way better than the live action series. And since the track record for the live action shows for Star Wars are actually terrible, I think we need to go back to basics and do the animated shows. Bad Batch and Tales of the Jedi were just catching stride with the quality of animation and the quality of show that it was, and I really think we need to go back to the animated Star Wars series. You could go based off of the chapter books, or you could easily just make up new stories that are really good and create a freaking awesome animated Star Wars show. Disney Star Wars has had too many failures with their live action shows, and I think we need to stop making live action, take a pause for that, read the room, realize that your shows actually suck. And until we can get to a spot where we can make good live action shows or just come back to making really good movies, let's go back to animated. The track record for animated shows is amazing. Clone Wars was such a solid show, one of the best. Rebels was actually really good. Bad Batch, so freaking good. Tales of the Jedi, really good. Tales of the Empire, meh. I think the animation looked phenomenal, and it was probably the best animation they've had yet, but the stories were not my favorite. Aside from that, all the other animated Star Wars shows have really hit good. At this point, I don't care if Disney does it or the fans do it. If you're a fan and you're watching this, please steal my idea. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're going to be doing me a favor, and please make this into a reality. Because to the fans out there, Disney's not going to do it, and they're not going to do anything that's good for Star Wars. I wish they would just sell it, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen.